Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. I have been wanting for a long time, as you guys know, to go to Iceland, and I am on my way. We are in England, in the middle of, well, actually almost in Scotland here. And I'm on my way to Iceland with a truckload of beer. Now, unfortunately, one of the lanes ended like they do in Germany. I had a lane end moment, and I had to get over fast. I ended up getting over and hitting a car. I didn't see him because he was in my little mirror, and of course it's England, so everything's weird and backwards. And I almost dumped the truck over. Now, I just left the depot. I have been on the road for probably about half an hour game time, so like 2 minutes real time, when this incident happened. It was a little bit unnerving. Unfortunately, I did do 1% damage to the trailer, but that's okay. I'm really more about getting to Iceland, and we'll still make about $35,000. Most of this trip, or a lot of this trip, is going to be spent on a boat. So, I've been really enjoying my new truck. Now, I did change colors. Mater, of course, John, my 4-year-old, pointed out that I shouldn't have a blue truck if the truck on my dashboard is red. He was a little upset by the color difference. He said, "Your truck should be red, Daddy." And so I said, all right. So I took my blue truck, which I love blue, obviously, and made it awesome red with a black tint. I also added some new lights, new bumpers. Did this all recently, so the truck's been upgraded a bit. That rear bumper is all new. And new front grill guard. Driving like an idiot. Trying to show you the stuff on the truck. At the bottom there, I've got a new grill guard and put some white lights down on the bottom, along with the white lights in the middle and the yellow lights, and then side marker lights, and a bunch of side marker lights on the rear bumper. The truck looks really nice as I drive all over the road. I also got the larger front panel there and moved my bobbleheads out a little bit because they were kind of in my view all the time and kind of in my way seeing what's happening. So once again, I am a terrible English driver. I do not do well in England at all. I don't know. It's easy to make mistakes because it's just everything's backwards. Like, I can see it being pretty unnerving in real life too, but you just have to kind of, it's to my credit, I made it all the way to Glasgow from like the southern part of London area, and so it was quite like 6 or 7 hours without having an accident, but unfortunately I just had an accident. So I'm pretty much 1 for 1. Every time I go to England, I have at least one accident, whether it's getting on an off ramp or trying to merge into traffic, or usually it's not the I'm driving on the wrong side of the road that causes the accident. Usually it's some kind of traffic accident where somebody cuts over, or I cut over in the wrong time because I can't tell what I'm doing because everything's backwards. So, but right now, they keep changing speeds on me. So it was they say, look at that. As soon as I set my cruise control, it went back up to 97. It's like 80, 97, 80, 97. I've also been enjoying Promods. I did make a trip all the way into Southern Europe and then all the way up here to England. And, oh my gosh, here we go again. It's late at night. It's about 1 o'clock in the morning. It's actually the 1st of July. Almost the 4th of July for our little holiday weekend. Though I have to work pretty much all weekend, so I got doing my farm sim stream tomorrow morning, and then I have a house that I have to get edited, and then I'm shooting a house on Sunday, and I've got 2 photo shoots on Monday, so I really don't get much of a holiday at all. In fact, I'll probably end up having to edit on the 4th of July. But what can you do? That's when you own your own business and you're in season. You work while the working's good. So right now, I was able to also get my frame rates up. I haven't really noticed too much slowdown since I installed Promods. I set my Promods down 1 level as far as computer power. I went from like high profile to the standard profile, and then I also realized I was not running the game in 64-bit. if you use the desktop icon to start the game, it starts automatically in 32-bit. Well, my computer has, of course, you know, 16 gigs of RAM, and in order to take advantage of that, you have to run the computer in 64-bit, or the games in 64-bit. So I am now running the game correctly, and that has helped the frame rates immensely. So always make sure you run it through Steam and pick the 64-bit option. Most computers nowadays have 64-bit processors, so unless you're running a really old, like 5+ year old computer, you probably have a 64-bit processor. You can always look at your operating system. If you right-click the My Computer or Computer and look at Properties, it'll tell you which, if you're running 32 or 64-bit. Hopefully you're running 64-bit. Otherwise, you only get to use about 3.5 gigabytes of RAM. Doesn't matter how much your computer has, it's only addressing the first 3.8 gigabytes. Anything over that is not used. So anyway, Promods has been looking pretty good, and I've really been enjoying the new scenery and going through different, you know, villages and stuff that weren't there before. It really changes the look of the game in a lot of ways. New trailers and stuff, a lot of new assets. They do have, you know, different kinds of cars and stuff that you see in different places, and a lot of new scenery assets that they've put in. It's really a nice mod. The downside is you have to pay $1 every time there's an update if you want the easy download. We're in Scotland now. Maybe. I don't know my English, or I guess United Kingdom geography or cityography enough to know where exactly I am, but I would imagine we're getting into Scotland. It could be England still, or maybe Wales. Let's see, north of Glasgow. Glasgow is... well, let's look. Man, this is really weavy roads. The M9 is coming up. We're going to look here. Boop! Okay. So looking at the map, we are, yeah, north of Glasgow. Edinburgh. Or Edinburgh. Obans, Fort Williams, Aberdeen, Inverness. What's interesting is Ireland. We don't have Ireland yet. But, gosh, I don't know where Scotland starts and England ends. I'm not sure. Let me look it up. Hang on. I'm going to look it up on my phone. Scotland. Let's see. Glasgow. No, C-O-W. No, Glasgow, G-O-W. Glasgow. Search. City in Scotland. Okay, what about Edinburgh? Or Edinburgh. B-U-R-G-H. I'm learning. Edinburgh. Capital of Scotland. Oh, well, that would be Scottish, I suppose. How about Carlisle? Lizzle. Doesn't say. No, not Warren, Ohio. Lizzle. England. So that is, Carlisle is part of England. Where is the border? United Kingdom. Well, they're all united, so they don't even divide it up anymore. But Scotland is obviously Glasgow, Edinburgh. So we are into Scotland as we travel north. Sorry that took so long, but I thought it'd be interesting to see. Thought maybe you guys would care Also, looks like we've got mostly a freeway ride, I think, up to our boat. I don't know there's gonna be a lot of off-road stuff, but whoa, slow it down. 80, 50 miles an hour here. Doing some construction on the wall over there, apparently, and some construction over on this side too. Oh, another upgrade that we did to the truck. I put the 560 horsepower motor in it just before the episode started. Most of these upgrades I just did, so instead of you having to watch me do them, this is the upgrades that we did while in between episodes. But I did put that in. We're also up to $115 or so $1,000, so we are slowly climbing back up. I think once we hit like the $250,000 mark, I will pay off the rest of the loan. And we'll look about just saving at this point and building up enough money to buy more trucks, more garages, expanding garages, and start our European domination as we take over, well, the entire world. Or at least all of Europe. All the garages that we're going to buy. Inverness. Oh, this is looking pretty. Look at that. So we're on the A9 now. Which probably means auto route. And we're losing traction. Not traction, but we're losing. This is a pretty steep hill that we're climbing up. And Steve-O did warn us that Iceland is a lot of hills. So now, when we get to Iceland, I am planning on staying for a little while. I'm going to see if I can do some trucking in and around Iceland and try to see all the different spots, maybe unlock all the cities in Iceland. I'm just excited. I love Iceland. Someday I would love to go to Iceland. It's just so pretty. It's amazing. I think they said like there were a band from Iceland did a 24-hour video, and they just played loops of music, which they weren't very good, but I like the band, but the music was kind of goofy. But they took a tour bus and they toured. They put a camera on the front like a GoPro, and they drove all the way around Iceland on Highway 1, I think it's called, or Route 1 or something like that. And they went through the whole of Iceland, and it was really cool to watch them driving all over Iceland. It was a neat special. Just a beautiful volcanic country. Guess that goes back to Glasgow. Glasgow. I wonder why I always thought of it as Edinburgh. Maybe that's how they say it, like Edinburgh. I think there actually is like Edinburgh with a B-O-R-O and then maybe B-O-R-O-U-G-H. But maybe I'm just making that up. I don't know. Somebody from Scotland and England or UK, please. I know Steve-O will chime in on that because he's from the UK. Help me out, Steve-O. What is it? Because I don't know. We're climbing some every mountains. Truck shouldn't have too much trouble. We got a lot of horsepower, a lot of pull power, torque, all of those things. Some beautiful country up here. It's too bad the sun is setting. Unfortunately, I didn't get started on this trip until 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So it's just when the sleep cycle was off. I could have probably waited again, but I was excited and I wanted to get started. And I wasn't even going to record it, but then I'm like, you know what? This is an historic trip, so I need to record it. I might have to break it into 2 episodes simply because this is, I think, going to be a pretty long trip, like 24 hours or something like that. We'll see. I don't know. I've never done it before, so. What are we doing? We got plenty of gas. How's our guy doing on sleep? We got about half. The hope is that we can make the port and not have to sleep. But I don't know if that's going to happen or not, because it could be a long way away. I think we're only about a quarter of the way up through Scotland getting to that port, so. And we are definitely losing. This is a heavy trailer full of glass bottles of beer, Schweppes or whatever. I'm not a beer connoisseur, so I'm not familiar with European beers. Pardon me. It's definitely a lovely country up here, though, for sure. And I don't know how much of this. I think a lot of this was already in the game. They probably have added a couple cities and stuff. But I don't know that this added a whole lot to it, but maybe it did. People who have driven all over the UK, you know, chime in here. What do you see that's new? What has Promods added that wasn't here before? If you're familiar with the routes, you might be able to chime in. I know I'm familiar with like Eastern Europe and also the up in the peninsula, the what do you call that? Scandinavian peninsula or Scandinavia. That area is very different. They've added a lot of stuff in those areas, so I don't know here if there's a bunch of new stuff, or because I just never drive in England, because I'm always afraid to drive in England, because it usually ends up in some kind of disastrous accident. So we are passing Aberdeen. We have a long way to go to the coast. I think if we look at our map, yeah, we're 36 hours away. I think that probably is going to require us to stop for station identification at some point. It's a long road. But the good news is I had 18 hours of time left before the job ended. Now, once again, almost like it was floating. Just so you know, when the hours that you have, like, okay, let's say I'm in a city and I see a job available, but there's only 4 hours left. Well, let's say I get there and there's 2 hours left in the job. Those 2 hours get added to the amount of time that I have to get the job there. So if the job is due on Friday and I pick it up on Sunday, you know, but I have that week to get there. But if I pick it up on Saturday morning instead, I have an extra day to get there. So that time gets added to the amount of time that you have to deliver the freight. So this job had 18 extra hours built into it. So I could actually sleep twice before I start eating into the drive time of the job. So we should be able to get it there in plenty of time. And that is how that works. So that kind of helps a little bit if you're, you know, worried about the sleep cycle. Try to find jobs that have more hours. Like if you have a choice of two jobs that are very similar, try to pick the one that has more time available for delivery, because then you get those extra hours tacked onto the job time, so you don't have as much pressure to get there fast. Now I'm not a huge fan of the just-in-time deliveries, but you can do those great. Speed. Oh no, it's back up again. Speed dropped to 64 and then went back up to 80, and I didn't even notice. This is really pretty. Look at these lakes. Is this Loch Ness? Probably not. Look for Nessie. What does that mean? I thought those those signs meant that the speed limit goes back up, but it's staying the same no matter what. I just don't want to die I hope I'm on the... You know, it's like you keep... Like, once in a while I get a little panicked. Like, am I on the right side of the road? Okay, I'm doing all right. I'm on the right side. It's not too bad. We're doing all right. How's my guy looking for rest? No, we're still good. Gas is good. You don't have to stop. Though I'm sure as we get further up, you know, the freeway here, it might get more and more sparse. But then again, the freeway is actually getting wider. We were on a 2-lane road there for a long time, and now we're up to a much larger freeway. Oh, look at that bridge. What? And we are approaching Inverness. Oh, what? Oh, wow. Slow down. Whoa. Slow, slow. Great. And Fort William is that way too, and now we're going to be heading towards Wick. That's a coolish name, Wick. Where are you from? I'm from the Isle of Wick. I'm from the Isle of Wick. I'm Scottish. I don't do Scottish. There we are. I can't do it. I'd have to practice in front of a mirror. James Doohan, I am not. No, forget it. I give up. I'll stop, I promise. It's horrible. It's like my German. It's always got to be Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's really not even German. It's Austrian. Oh, make up your mind on the speed already. It's 97, 80, 83, 85, whatever. Come on, pick a speed. This looks like a rally country with all these logging places. Look at that huge log place. What's neat is this place, you know, it looks like we have the Finnish lakes and whatever area, and then we have this. Whoa. Yeah, they weren't kidding. I didn't slow down, but 64 right here. Forget them. But this area looks very different. Like, it doesn't look the same as the Finnish area, which I really like because they've taken the time to make it look different, the developers. This does not look like Finland. It looks like Scotland. Tear up the countryside. There's a scenic gas station. It's like right in the right spot. Mercedes. How are we doing on sleep? I'll keep checking. He's going up pretty fast. It goes by fast, man. Three hours till I have to sleep. That's kind of close. And we're through the construction. Oh, look at that place. Isn't that cool? All those smokestacks. Wow. Oh, man. Look at that. Trying Try not to die while we're looking. Holy cow, that is, man. No, maybe that's Loch Ness. I don't think it's that big, honestly. I think Loch Ness is... But you know what? It does go out to the ocean, but I think it's surrounded by mountains. All the pictures I've ever seen of it, you see mountains all around it. So maybe that's the English Channel. Let's take a look at the map. Boop. Oh, we're getting really close to the port. We should be able to make it. We don't have to stop. So, I mean, we're going to be there pretty quick. Actually, I think we can make it in one episode. Yeah, that is the ocean that we are crossing. Is Loch Ness in here? It doesn't look like it. There's Wick. We're not going there. We're going to Thurso. But we should be able to make that, no problem. How are we doing on gas? We're doing fine on gas. Curvy place here. This kind of, except for the castles, this kind of actually reminds me of a little bit of the coast of California along Highway 1, except for in California we don't, you know, it's not as green. It's real dry and brown for most of the time. Speed cameras. What's the speed restriction up here? Look at that castle. That's really cool. Fort whatever and Sweetness. So that is the English Channel right there. Maybe. Actually, that's just probably ocean straight up. Ryan, what are you burning? Oh, God. Ryan's cooking something, so he set the alarms off. I'll be back. I'm going to check that. Oh, no, he got him off. All right, it was him. Good night, Marky. I think you already went to bed. Now you're just moving to your bed. I'll be going to bed as soon as I get to Iceland. This curvy road right here. Look, Mark, I'm in Scotland at sunset. There's the ocean. See the ocean there? Isn't that cool? Look, there's a castle. I'm down with that. Down with the castle. See up in the distance? You could have that castle. What's he cooking? Then what was the fire alarm for? What? Is he looking? Oh, that's weird. Here you go. I'll be right back, folks. Okay. Back to Edinburgh. Let's get some gas. We got gas. Okay. Our fire alarm just goes off for no reason at all sometimes. It means, from what I read online, it means the sensor's going bad. So I'm going to have to get a new fire alarm, I guess. Good night, Mark. Mark is going to bed. He gave up. It is almost 2 o'clock in the morning. I need to give up here soon, too. So if I can have the strength to... Ooh, forgot to shift. To stream tomorrow morning. I'm going to be doing my farming stream. Oh, there's a disappearing boat. So there's the ferry. That's probably one of the ferries we're going to be taking. Maybe. That one looks like it's going across towards Norway. Or maybe Germany or Amsterdam. We're going north. In fact, we're going to cut across the island. I think up here is going to be, we're going to be turning. Yep. Because we're going to Thurso. John O'Goats. That's funny. Wick. So this whole time we were able to make it without the sun going down, oddly. In fact, it's 1:58 in the morning, so that's really odd. Maybe we're far enough north that the sun does not set. Is that possible? It's 2:01 in the morning, right? 2:03 in the morning. Wow, so it must be summer. I think Iceland has that where the sun doesn't set for, like, during the summer. It doesn't, just stays up. And then in the winter, it's night for a long time. Just go there for the summer and then come back to some other place. It's magical. It means you can see everything all the time. Yes, I've been using the brakes, sorry. Oh, dude, come on. You can make it. We're almost there. That's pretty cool that it does that. I didn't think it would do that. I don't know that you can see that from Scotland, that there's like a 24-hour day there. I don't think that that's the case, but maybe on the very northern edge. I'll have to look it up. I know, like I said, I know in Iceland that does happen. Alaska it happens. I didn't think Scotland's far enough up to have that happen. So here's Thurso. Wow, is this beautiful. John O'Goats. Look at this beautiful hotel. Thurso discovered. Ferry terminal. That's ours. It's got our card. There she blows. The SS Eurolines. Say left. Trying to see where the actual entrance. We should be there, but maybe we have to drive onto the ship ourselves. Yep. Oh, look, they got a space just for us. Because this is a wee ferry ship. It's not a very large, yeah. Is this guy drinking, or what's he doing? He's talking on his phone. Come on aboard the small ship. Yep. All right. So we want to go Stromness. Stromness, is that the Isle of Man? Burzay, Kirkwall, Torrenshaven. Ah, so we have to take a double ferry. Because we're going to take this to Iceland next, so. Going to embark. Sweet. We have to double ferry. So let's see. Enter possible travel destinations. Nope, this just goes back to Thurso. So we have to find our next port. It looks like. Wow, look at this. Wow. Wowie, wow, wow. Are we on the right side of the road now? So apparently in this, whatever country this is, Faroyar. Is this the Faroe? Faroe. Faroe. So this is probably the Faroe Islands. Wow, look at this. Oh, this is so cool. Look at the ship. There's a schooner over there. I feel really weird. I feel like I'm driving on the wrong side of the road now. Definitely having some frame rate issues here, but this is really rich scenery. And once again, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure we're on the Faroe Islands. Look at that. That's just beautiful. Tornshaven. Well, this is pretty here. This would be a nice place to visit. I don't know how hard their winters are. I would imagine being right on the ocean, they probably actually have pretty mild winters. Except for when storms come in, you know, just like England, it's like raining all the time during certain seasons. Look at these little houses. This is really cool. Wow, that was really something. It's not a very big island, but it's got a lot of buildings and stuff. It's really cool. Oops, I'm driving all over. Sorry. All these different flags. Oh man, I hope I get to come back sometime. I'm going to go back there someday. I think I'm not going to make this turn. This is really tight. Nope, I got it. Let's make sure I don't scrape anything. And it looks like we pull right on the ferry. Wow, what a beautiful island. Beautiful little city. I mean, I have a feeling Iceland will look like this. Look, there's our ferry. That's so cool. We had like two different ferries. Obviously, this is a busier one going over. Because I think there's a lot of ferries from different places that come here. So this is like mega ferry. Wow, that is awesome. This is an experience, man. It's a journey. So we want to go to Bergen, right? No, okay. Wow, look at that. So we can go. Are we going to Seyis Fjord? 15 hours of travel time. Wow. Well, he'll be well rested. The driver will be able to make it all the way to the last destination. Sedifjodur. Welcome to Iceland. Whoa, we're in the winter, it looks like. Oh, man. Oh, man. Look at that. Oh. Beeping my horn back. Oh, other side. Sorry, not in England anymore. Get our beer there safely. Wow, so we're here in winter, I guess. Iceland usually, I mean, I guess they get snow, but they don't. I don't think they get a ton of snow, except for in the winter. Maybe I could be completely wrong. Sorry, I don't know. I've never been there. I just always see summer footage of it, so I know it doesn't get real warm in the summer, but wow. Oh, look at those mountains. They're so, like, because they're volcanic, they're so different looking. Yes, sure. 93. It's 4:55 in the morning. I love the happy colors of the houses. I'm pretty sure they chose winter because this is probably the only place where, in the game, where there actually is, you know, like this kind of winter. Like they could do it in Denmark or Sweden, but the developers chose not to do it. So here we have some snow. I gotta say, this is super impressive. I'm loving this, man. What does that say? NA83. Start picking up speed here. Look at those mountains. This is incredible. These are like crazy curvy. Jeez. No wonder they need beer. It looks really cold here. Oh, look at this road. It's such a blasted landscape. I just love it. I was not expecting it to be winter. I thought it would be summer. You gonna sleep in here tonight, Rue? Yeah, pretty much. Look, Ryan, I'm in Iceland. Look at those mountains. Looks just like Iceland. Like Ice Age, man. I've got my pedal to the metal. Oh, that's what Steve-O was saying. That's right. He was like, it's all hills, man. It's a good thing we got four-wheel drive with the slippery conditions. Whoa, loading. Whoa. I know the cars behind me are getting mad, but better to be safe than sorry, right? Wow. I don't even know what to say. I'm just impressed. It's like all of a sudden I'm all quiet because I'm like I'm enjoying the drive. It's pretty intense driving through those segments. Here's another little village. And I believe... What was that, Rue? I believe Akuriai is our destination. This is Eglistrar. Are you mad because you lost? Or are you killing an ant that was on your leg? What was that all about? So we're 266 kilometers away. Oops. It's bonus. Must be like their grocery store. We're leaving the village and getting onto some open roads here. Coppers everywhere. Cop, cop, cop. You'll never catch me. Oh, well, maybe I'm in a big truck. It's probably not the best. Oh, look at this. These are the bridges. Like if you watch the footage that I watched of that video, the Route 1 or whatever they called it. This is exactly like that. These bridges look exactly like the bridges. Oh, it's so cool. That's just amazing. Oh, I said 50 there. I guess not. Doing good on gas. We should be fine on 11.4. Maybe 11-mile-an-hour winds, 4 degrees. Wow. The glaciers. Oh, jeepers. Gotta watch those bumps. Wow. Big valley there. It's probably become glaciers in the summer. I am just so... This is awesome. This alone makes Promods worth it. Sorry, guys. I just love this kind of scenery. You're watching them. We're following along this, whatever this river is coming inland. Land of snow and ice. Climbing once again. Yeah, man, Steve-O wasn't kidding. This is like serious mountain terrain. Thankfully, I've got the horsepower this time to do it. Be hard with a heavy load, though. Icelandia. Got some drawing back there of the mountains drawn in. Sucking the gas like crazy here on these hills. Can't be getting very good kilometers per liter. Is that how they say it? Wow. Ryan's playing the new DLC for Zelda, Breath of the Wild. And he's not doing very well. I don't know. I feel the same thing about the Yiga clan. They're beating the crap out of me, Ryan. What? It says you, the video game wizard. They're difficult for me, who doesn't play games that much. One barrel broke before throwing. The other one took 7 throws for the break. 7 throws? Man, the cops are really watching this road here. This is so cool. So now we're heading into the mountains, inland a bit. I know there's parts of this road that go along the ocean. Speed limit down to 60 here? It is. Going way over. Oh my. What? This is incroyable. Magnifique. It's the final trial. Diddly-dee. Diddly-dee. I got 3 hours and 22 minutes, and I got plenty of rest, so my guy is good. Go straight. $50. Whoa. Road narrows. Oh my. Oh. $30. Wow. Sorry about the volume jump there. I looked out the window. Wow. Impressive. And they do have those little bridges in Iceland for sure. Some guys are going on over there, some kind of volcanic activity. I gotta keep my eye on the road though, since something happening up there. Looks like we might drive past it. There's a road back there. That might be our route. Looks like it is. How am I supposed to go 80 kilometers an hour around these? I mean, this is like... Rally truck? There's a tour, some tour buses, yep. Some kind of hot springs and maybe a geyser going on up there. I think it's supposed to be hot springs, but the graphic for the smoke is like a little too high speed. It makes it look like it's rocketing out of the ground, like whoosh. Krafla. Yeah, we must see. I got time. You guys want some beer? These people are standing out looking at it, whatever. Yeah, these are geysers and stuff. Oh, that's really cool. Wow, that's really cool. I just got to figure out how to get turned around here. Probably got to run over those rocks. What, Ryan? What sucks? Oh, yeah? Yeah. Sounds like a great DLC. Just frustrating. Don't break the Schweppes. Nice and slow. Nice and slow. Uh-oh, I'm gonna get stuck. Oh yeah, look at that. Off-roading with my four-wheel drive. I didn't even have to put the diff locks on. Probably should put the diff locks on, actually. And now we can turn the diff locks back off. Sweet. That was really cool. That was worth stopping. There's another road off there in the distance. There's a road off there in the distance. And now that we've stopped, we're going to have to get a rolling start here up the hill. Come on, baby. Looks like there's more geysers off in the distance there. Krafla. Kapla. Some kind of pipeline or geothermal pipes, maybe. Bringing some of that energy to the town. Because they do probably use geothermal energy here. Reykjahol. Uh-oh, wrong pedal. My goodness, I'm having a hard time. It's because it is now 2:10 in the morning and I'm starting to fade. All right. Looks like we have to turn right. Whatever's that way has not been included in the game yet. Like people know I'm coming, and there's some kind of big glacier area here. And we're under a 50-mile-an-hour restriction. Got a tugboat in there for some reason. And obviously some kind of huge landslide here. Awesome. And we're going to take it up to 80. Oh, and we got to turn up here. We're following Highway 1. That's 87 there. We're going to take the 1. Like an old man, I'm leaving my blinker on. Wow, is this... I like it too because it's a challenging drive. It's not just pretty, but it's also... There's a lot of curves and stuff. You can't just flat out like most of Europe where you're just on cruise control. This is like... Gotta be careful here. Oh... I wonder if it actually is slick. We're just gonna... It probably is. We're kicking up snow with our tires. Look behind us. So that stuff coming up. That's really cool. Oh, yeah. Awesome. Gotta keep rolling. You don't want to stop when you're on the snow. What are you doing, Ryan? $60? People are nuts. Don't drive 60 on this kind of snow. This is like slide you right off the road kind of snow. I always tell people think they have these four-wheel drive trucks and they think they're going to go like full speed on the snow, and I'm like, it only helps you accelerate. It does not help you stay on the road. You have to control the vehicle still if you have four-wheel drive. It doesn't mean that you can go as fast as you want. You just have more control. I feel like no, it's going too fast to get the diffs on, so we'll just leave them off. It is slippery. It's definitely making me slip. And we're losing speed. I've got my pedal to the metal. Wow. That's cool. I mean, it's totally making me slide back and forth. Try to keep it around 1500 RPM. I don't want to start the wheels spinning. The other thing we can do is we can probably put our tag down, get a little bit extra traction there with that extra tag lift. I'll have to get you some winter footage of Ohio when we get this kind of snow. It doesn't happen very often, but we do get. It can get like this, especially up by the lake, when the lake effect snow comes in. And we're in the secondary snow belt here in Medina, so we do get a pretty decent amount. But the last couple of years have not been too bad. Well, I had no idea we'd be going through these kind of conditions. This is really cool. Oh, man. Snow and curves do not go well together. Well, this is a 40-mile-an-hour curve, too, so it's a 40-kilometer-an-hour curve. Just keep it rolling. The trick is not to get stopped, because then sometimes you're gonna, if you're on a hill, you may not get enough traction to get started again. So just keeping it rolling. And once again, we haven't had to use our diff lock yet. And at the higher speeds, you don't want the diff locks on anyway. But with the loose surface of the snow, you could potentially run up to maybe 30 or 40 miles an hour with the diff locks on. I mean, kilometers an hour. It's not great for your drivetrain, though. As soon as you get on the drive pavement, you need to shut it off. It tears your wheels up, and it can tear the drivetrain up too. I think we're getting pretty close to the North Pole here. Anyone seen Santa Claus? Oh, daily payments. Oh, slipping. Well, I can't believe they were able to figure out how to program that into this, because it's not in the game normally. I'm really impressed that they did that. Yeah, it's actually the truck is slipping. Oh, that's pretty. Look at that. What, Rue? Yeah, it is actually. I'm enjoying it. Whoa! All right, we are out of the snow, thankfully. Oh, that was really cool. Most impressive. We need some snow tires. Or chains. Give you the option to put some chains on. Wow, look at this. There's a glacier right there. That's... Whoa! Dude, that's so cool. Oh, man. That was cool. I wish you could turn here. You can't. They don't let you. Boy, that was something. What a vista there. Geez, I think I've been here before on Google Maps. Scoping the place out. This looks super familiar. The bridge, and then it goes across into that huge town. So what do you guys think? This is, I personally, I'm blown away. I am easily impressed, but I am blown away by this. This is quite the mod. Easily, this adds 50% of new or more new material to this game. I mean, this is incredible. And a very challenging drive through here. I mean, some of the other places are cool too, but that was just a super big challenge and a long one. Like, usually the other ones in the game are real short. That was like almost 25 minutes of sheer impressive driving. This is gonna be a really long video. Sorry, guys. I may split it into two. So if this might be the second part. Sorry, I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I think I might just keep it one long video. This might even denote a screenshot. Like, in fact, let's make a screenshot. Let's do it. You can stay with me while I do it. We'll work it together. So photo studio, photo mode. Let's scoot up to the front of the truck. Maybe like this. This is just so beautiful. Like that. Field of view. That makes the mountains look small. I want to do depth of field. I want the focus depth to be. There we go. Yeah, that's a cool picture. And we're going to take that. That'll be on the front. It'll just say like Iceland or something like that. So, cool. You guys got to be with me as we made the screenshot for this really awesome Ecuriary. We've got to be getting close. Yeah, we're 4 minutes away. I know I've been here before in real life, like not in real life, like in real life, but like in Google Earth or Google Maps, doing the pictures, like walking along the road. I've gone through this section before. It was in the summer though. The pictures are from summer, but I recognize that U shape with the town on one side. Get over. You can see here we definitely have some frame rate issues because it's, you know, pretty big city, but it's still running about 40. It's not unplayable. There's an airplane. I mean, call me impressed, dude. This is I'm super impressed with this mod, and I love Iceland. This is just awesome. They did a beautiful job. What, Rue? I would imagine the person that did this would have to be from Iceland. They got it right. What, Rye? No, but I've seen a lot of video footage and looked at a lot of Iceland photos and video, and this looks just like it. I know, let's do it. I do too. I so want to go to Iceland. I want to go in the summer though, when it's warm. How am I going to approach this? It's an awkward spot. Yeah, here comes the... Yeah, oh, look at that short little stubby trailer. Here comes the rough part. They're gonna dock us some serious money for screwing up the beer. I broke the bottles. What, Ryan? I had a little accident at the very beginning, right before I started recording. I'm gonna raise that tag lift again. We don't need it. Awesome. Doop. We're going to run and get some rest here. Good work. How much did I lose? $2,000. That's not so bad. I mean, really, it could have been a lot worse. Yeah, so we are in Iceland, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed that really awesome drive through the snowy mountains of Iceland. I'm going to try to stay here. In fact, we'll take a real quick look at the job market. Quick job freight market. And we're in Akureyri. And I want to see what else we can do. If there's anything else that's going to Iceland. Like, I'll just kind of poke around the island. Yes. Here's some loads. Like this little short guy that's going to, Ísafjörður, and that's like way up on the tip of Iceland. We have, that's going also to Ísafjörður. That looks like a really scary drive. In fact, we're going to, how many hours? Oh, there's only 5 hours left. I might have to take it and then make me be late because I don't have any, my guy's going to have to sleep. That's going back the other way. We don't want to do that. That's where we started, was Rajador. We definitely want to do this. And that's right here, too. I mean, we're at that place, so I can just pick that trailer up. So we're going to pick it up, and then we'll call it an episode. Kind of a bad boy. That's it right there, that little guy. Little stubby. And actually, the pay is pretty good at $19,000 for that short, sorta. It's a short trip, but the problem is, of course, it's going to be like crazy. Take a job. We need to tour Iceland. Eventually, I'd like to end up in Reykjavik just to see it. So we'll grab this and then try to find some gas and sleep. Did I totally miss? I totally missed. This is going to be like an hour-and-a-half video. Deep. All right, so I'm going to get some sleep. We'll find somewhere nearby, and I'm going to call this an episode. So, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you have enjoyed. Oh, right across the street. And there's also a hotel and gas right there. I think we have to do that. I don't think we can sleep here yet because I don't own it, but this is probably the closest to the route, so we'll just stop there. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Eurotruck Simulator 2. I know I had a great time. This has just been a really awesome introduction to the Iceland portion of Promods, and I'm loving it. I mean, just look at this. Look at that scenery. That is just gorgeous. But I might even want to do another picture. So have a great night, guys. Be sure to subscribe, and we will see you next time on Eurotruck Simulator 2.